I helped this guy make $10,000 in 1 week online. And even though we've never met in person, he actually lives in the same town in the UK where I bought my first house. He currently gets millions and millions of views per month online. And in this episode, we're going to break down exactly how he does it. Adam, welcome to episode 2 of The Viral Edge, where we break down the science behind the algorithms so you can post and go viral. Great to have you on the show today, dude.
No worries. Appreciate you having me.
What time is it where you are now? Like
Uh,
9 o'clock after nine?
yeah, just gone 9 o'clock. Super late for me nowadays.
Yeah, I always kind of forget that you, even though I'm from the UK, I just forget that you guys are like 4 or 5 hours ahead. So when I
Yeah.
message you at 11 at night and you don't respond, because you're sleeping.
Yeah, I wake up to 3 a.m. messages.
Oh, all right, dude. Well, I've got like a ton of questions for you today, and
Yeah.
I know you have no clue what these questions are, so I want to just dive straight into it.
hmm
So, first question I've got for you is, and this is before we get into the main content here, give everyone the quick numbers, like roughly how many views are you averaging per month across TikTok and Instagram? And even
Oh,
though I just gave it away, what's the most money you've made in a week online?
so average. I'm averaging anywhere from 800,000 to 1 million views per month. And that's just on a quiet month. Some months have been well over 4 million in the past. Obviously, algorithm changes and things like which I'll get onto in a bit. But yeah, sometimes it can be well over 1 million a month. And then in regards to money made online, in a week, it's been over $10,000, which is insane.
I've seen as well some of I know you we're talking about averages here, but I've also seen not even some months, some weeks where you're like, Ben, I got like 6 million views this week,
Mm.
or I'm like, what the hell? So but yeah, but average on a quiet month, we're talking like 800K to 1 million views, which is still, it's a lot of, that's like 12 million views a year on your content.
Yeah, it's definitely. Last time I checked, like in the last year, it was well over like 15 million in the last year.
Um, so just to put this whole interview into context, tell us a bit about who you are.
So, like you said before, I'm from the same town as where you lived in Cheshire, and I used to be a professional boxer, and I retired from that. And I'm a dad and a partner, and yeah, about 5 years ago, I saw my kids on this app called TikTok, and they were obsessed with it. So I literally looked over and was like, "What was this about?" And yeah, I just got hooked ever since then. I was chasing virality since day one.
So it kind of answers my next question in part, because I was going to
Mm.
ask you, like, what made you start posting in the first place? You said you saw your kids on this app
Mm.
and you almost got a bit addicted, and then you were chasing virality. But
Yeah,
like, was there more to it? I
yeah,
think you've told
definitely,
me in the
definitely.
past, like, what wasn't it during like lockdown or something?
Yeah, no, it was literally so my daughter was watching a TikTok and she was in hysterics and I didn't really know much about TikTok. So I said to my daughter, I said, "What's that video you're watching?" And she showed me and it was hilarious. And I downloaded it myself on my phone because I was bored. It was locked down. I lost my business, my brick and mortar business. I was doing CCTV. I was doing pretty well, and that just all went kaput. And then I was watching this video and it cheered me up, and I just ended up started scrolling on TikTok. And as the weeks went on, I saw creators start growing and growing and growing different niches, comedy, memes and things like that. And I thought to myself, what if I've got nothing else to do at the minute? It's difficult to get a job because of the lockdown. I'm bored. I felt a bit depressed. I thought it become like a little bit of a time killer for me and a bit of like a bit of a hobby in terms of watching all these other people grow. And I kept seeing people, you know, making money or side hustles and things like that. So I thought, why can't I build something on there to hopefully, do something with?
So you also said one thing when you started posting, you started almost chasing virality.
Mm.
Was there anything else besides going viral, was there anything else you were hoping would happen when you started posting? Or was it just kind of for fun and you just wanted to go viral and that was really all there was
Mm.
to it?
Absolutely. At first it was literally just let's see how many followers I can get. But what I didn't realize was, and this was very early in the day, was I didn't realize you could get, I didn't realize there was such thing as brand deals, you know, um, making money for your views, and things like that. So I got to a point where I was like, maybe I can start making some decent money with this. But I didn't at the start, no. It was only till later on, after about a year or two, when I was like, geez, yeah, I could be doing something with my following.
So when you were first posting at the beginning, did you truly believe you could go viral and make money, or was it just like, we'll just kind of see what happens here?
Yeah, it was a kind of let's see what happens here. But what I thought to myself was I just seen loads of like average Joes, so to speak, just blowing up, and I thought if they could do it, maybe I could do it as well. It was literally just a hobby.
All right, so what I want to do then is can you share your screen? And what I'm
Mhm.
thinking is maybe pull up one of your biggest videos. I'm sure you maybe got something in mind already.
Yeah,
And what I want you to do is explain to us why you think that particular video took off.
putting me on the spot. Absolutely put me on the spot. Let's have a quick look. So I'm just going to share my screen now. I think I've got my TikTok pulled up there. I've got a video in mind. That was actually quite a recent video, actually. So let me know if you can see my screen there, Ben.
See Zoom. So if you
Yeah,
want
let's go
to,
over to TikTok. You have to bear with me.
okay,
My computer, like I said, my computer's older than me. Um, let's have a quick look. I'm just going to scroll down here. As you can see, there's all my follows and likes there. This is on my main account. As you know, Ben, I've built a few accounts over the years with 50 plus. Let me just get rid of all these. I'm just going to move the zoom bar and then see all these notifications don't stop.
yeah.
Right. So let's have a quick look. There we go. I'm just going to click on popular because there's a video on here that I wanted to show you. So this was very recent. This is keeping this keeps going up and up. Um, I'm not sure if you can hear it on your side.
No, you don't need to play it, but I do.
No,
I see. Obviously,
just
that's you sat at home. See some
yeah.
text on screen. I mean, maybe you want to, you can read the text on screen, give us a general
Mm.
gist of the video, and just like what in your mind do you think made this one like start popping off?
Yeah, so I seen these types of videos before on the FYP doing really well, which is what I recommend doing, by the way. You can always see what's going well on the
What
FYP.
for dummies, people who might be new to TikTok, what's the FYP, dude?
It's like it's the For You page. It's where it's like your Explore page. It's where new videos pop up from creators you've never seen before, based on what you've searched and liked. And it's so TikTok will show you the videos it thinks that you will like. So, I saw a video that was similar to this but different. We'll touch on why I do that later. But this video that I did was based on something that I seen on the For You page. And basically, it just says there, just realized at 33, I've never seen a McDonald's delivery truck deliver food to McDonald's. And it's so silly because what I was trying to do here was I'm trying to make videos that gets them thinking. Where it's like, oh, I've never seen that as well, and it engages as something that's either gonna make people feel like, yeah, that's me as well, and also it'll help with engagements with comments and things like that because people will be like me too, or it also then gives you other comments like. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon as well, or have you ever seen coffins being delivered to a funeral home? So it's like very relatable, which is a very the biggest key word in this whole TikTok world. Relatable, and silly. Like the amount of times that I see silly videos like this compared to my other videos, this was just me sat on my computer with my headset on, just like I'm doing now, with a silly quote on there. Did I think it'd do well? I did actually think it'd do well. Did I think it'd get 40,000 likes? No. Did I think it'd go to nearly 2 million? No. I knew it'd do well, but it's always these types of videos, I think, where, sometimes we don't put as much effort in. Like, I knew the thought process behind it. I knew what I was doing, but I always think like when I try and edit videos too much, when I put too much thought in it, sometimes it can go over people's heads or, sometimes it's just best to play it simple. And but I think why this went viral is it's very relatable, it's stupid, it's silly, it's easy. It's a 5 to 7 second video, gets people thinking and commenting. Anything that you can do to get people commenting or being relatable to your video, the better. And if you can tick certain boxes with different things, even better.
Yeah, and I noticed like so nearly 2 million views, nearly 41,000 likes, over 1,000 comments, over 2,400 saves. So this is like this did, you know, like that's viral, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's done really good. I also notice I'm pretty sure because I do a lot of these videos too. You're not even speaking in the video. It's literally like a 7 second video with just some basic text on screen. Now, what's funny is because you're one of the people who um, told me about this originally, and this is a kind of an example of where the rules don't always apply. Remember when you
Mm.
used to tell me about in TikTok, one of the things they love is a video that's properly lit. I even noticed in the video the lighting is garbage, really. The
Yeah.
lighting's not even very good. It's kind of dark, but sometimes none of that stuff matters, and I feel like people just overthink it. And this is like a 7 second video with just some text on screen, and you're
Yeah.
not even speaking.
One take as well. One take. I got a viral sound that I saw doing the rounds on these type of videos, same sound as what other people in who had basically seen a few of these videos going viral, and they were all using the same sound. So I thought, well, I'm gonna jump on that and get a piece of them views. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the same video but different.
And this is where, as well, I don't know, maybe we'll touch on this at some point in this interview, but this is where, as well, where people think, oh, it's really hard to post 2 to 10 times a day, but you could actually sit in that same position, wearing that same outfit, and then that text on screen could just be tweaked to be KFC or something else. You could like do 10 variations of this exact same
Literally.
thing, and maybe two or three of them will go viral, and maybe that'll get you to 400, 1,000 followers. Who knows, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't have to be complicated.
No, not at all. Not at all. And like you said, I think you touched on a good subject there of like something's working, you know, tweak it and do the same thing. And it's like if you do that all month, like you say, if you can make, I could think of like 10 to 20 different things I could do with this video. There's my next 20, it's 20 days worth of videos if you're posting once a day. So I think it's any video that you do well like that, keep it and model it.
So, something else I wanted to ask you about this video is when did you realize it was going viral? Were there like some signals where you could go, oh, this one's like really about to pop off?
Yeah, so TikTok used to be really easy. A few years ago, I had this rule and it applied to pretty much all my videos, and I could tell that if it got over 1,000 views in like 1 hour, it had the potential to blow up. This was a really slow burner. I can't remember the exact figures, but I'm sure it was just over 1,000 after 24 hours. And I thought, oh, it's not too bad. It's done a few likes. I got a few follows from it. Move on to the next one kind of thing. But yeah, I, with this one, it took about 2, 3 days to even start getting into the tens of thousands. And then after like a week or two, it just started blowing up. But it's still getting views now, which is, I think this is one of my longest sort of where it's just continued to get views ever. This one recently.
Yeah, I've had something like that recently where I put it up and it did get like a couple of thousand views almost straight away, and
Mm.
then nothing, and then literally 3 weeks later, they just started pushing it like crazy, and it went from a
Yeah,
couple of thousand to like 35,000, like all almost in a day. It was like,
but this is
so
the thing. It's
sometimes,
annoying.
sometimes they just, sometimes we can have an idea of these algorithms, but they tweak things all the time. And sometimes you think something's flopping,
Mm.
then it can be 2, 3 weeks later, it just suddenly
Yeah,
gets
but things,
pushed.
yeah, things. What I've noticed as well. Sometimes I've posted that many videos as well that I know that things have become relevant by accident. Like you could make a video about a certain subject, like McDonald's here. McDonald's could go and do something in the global news that goes crazy, and your video is suddenly showing up to these people because it's already filed in TikTok under a McDonald's. So it any video at any point can go viral. I've had things go viral, but 3 weeks later, But it's like you touched on a good point there, then, and I think that's one of the most important things to think about sometimes is I up until a couple of months ago, I knew the TikTok algorithm very well, but as content creators, we're always chasing and trying different things to get the edge and gain as many views as we can for our time. But at the same time, TikTok's also testing itself. They change the algorithm monthly, they're tweaking depending on what's going on their in their background. So, you know, as much as we think we can know the algorithm, and it is the information is out there, they do post about updates and things like that, is no one truly ever knows how the algorithm's working at the time.
Yeah. All right, Adam. So real quick, let's pull up another video, maybe something where you're doing something a little bit different, and
Mm.
let's just quickly break down one more.
Yeah, cool. Let's have a quick look. Oh, here's one. Here's one that did really well. I do apologize for the notifications there as well. They don't stop. Uh, it's this one here. No, bear with me. Do apologize. Do. So my videos as well, just while I'm finding this video, there's some of them are just so silly. My account's more like a humor account. I actually posted a lot of original humor on there as well. So that's a lot of my videos. This one here. So this one did really well. And this is still, again, I posted this, when was this? The 18th of December. This is still getting views as well. And
What's
basically
the
on
view?
this,
What's the views on this right now?
it must be, without going back, it's over 500k. Over 500k this one.
You posted this
18th of December.
yeah, so a few months back. It's
A
and
few months back.
half a million views is respectable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was just the engagement on it. So this one was about zodiac signs. So it was in December. I'm born in December, and I saw again. I'm not even going to try and say I made this video up. I didn't. I saw a similar video that absolutely blew up and it had like crazy millions of views. My video didn't do as well as theirs. It was literally the same video, but a different star sign. And then basically, I made a joke. So I tweaked his a little bit. He was going on about different zodiac signs and ranking different zodiac signs. I just thought it'd be funny to basically say, um, uh, women with this zodiac signs with these zodiac signs are going to break your heart. And it was just Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. It wasn't even any other. It was just like emphasizing how crazy some Sagittarius women can be sometimes. So yeah, and that just blew up. So people were loving it. Some people were saying it was a bit rude.
Now is it a non-speaking video or a
Again, and
speaking video?
no, it was a non-speaking video using an already viral background song.
So I'm picking up on, and again, this is because I'm not a newbie to this, but
Mm,
I'm gonna break it down. I'm picking up on some things just from two videos we've looked at from your account.
mm,
It seems like your strategy is basically you go to the For You page, you find comedy videos that have already gone viral, and then you basically you don't try and reinvent anything. You remake and model those videos, and a lot of your videos are almost silent videos with text on screen, and short, as in basically like 10 seconds and under.
Yeah,
And that is the bulk of your strategy right there.
literally. Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It all depends on how I'm feeling on the day, and most of the time, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't be bothered. So it's like, how can I get as much content out as possible without putting the maximum effort in? I'll just your For You page is the best tool you can ever use, in my opinion. If you want to go viral on a certain app, look at what's going viral on that certain app, and that's what's being pushed at the time, and then you just take it, you take it. But what we want, what people get confused about that sometimes is, you can end up copying other people's videos, and sometimes it can create a little bit of beef. But what I try and do is I'll literally think, how can I make this my own, but using the same structure that they did, that's going to trigger the algorithm the same way that they did. And
Yeah.
if you can think like that and just think, how can I ever put my own spin on it? How can I make it funny? How can I make it more relatable? Then you're putting yourself in a good position.
So let's say I could be new to TikTok, or let's say I've been on TikTok a while,
Mm,
but I haven't been thinking about it strategically. And maybe I go to my For You page and I'm in a niche and I don't really see many videos related to my niche popping up. Is there a way I can train or retrain my For You page so I see the content I need to see to go viral? So in essence, every time I scroll, it's a
mm.
potential video I could just model, kind of like
Yeah.
easy.
Absolutely, yeah. You can either just clear your For You page, like completely clear it in the settings. It's hard to describe, but yeah, you can just start training your For You page by searching for people you want to sort of be like, in terms of the way they create their content, whether it's their particular humor or a particular niche. And yeah, just start liking videos, leaving comments, and then you'll start noticing over days and weeks. TikTok's very smart. TikTok wants people on their app as much as they can. Me and you both know that when people are on an app, there's money being made, with advertisers and products being sold. So TikTok want people on the app as much as they can. So if you're if it's giving you videos that you're liking and it keeps putting them on your For You page, you as a user are going to spend much more time on the app. So yeah, you can train your algorithm just by searching for the niche that you want to search for, and want to be the videos that you want to see in a particular niche. You can search for the niche. You can search for certain content creators that are well known in a particular niche, and yeah, just start training it, and you'll start seeing videos popping up. And that's what I've done. Every video that pops on my For You page is something that I could potentially use or
Yeah.
get ideas from. Yeah.
So what I've been doing recently is I go to my For You page, and at the top of the For You page where you've got the search feature,
Mm,
I will type in the main keywords of the niche I'm in. So like relatable comedy.
mm,
And then basically I watch the top 10 videos that pulls up. And then almost immediately, the next time I go back to my For You page, all I see is relatable comedy. And if
yeah.
anything isn't relatable comedy, I just scroll straight past it and ignore
Yeah.
it. And if anything ever gets out of whack, I just repeat the same process. And TikTok's algorithm adjusts almost instantly
Yeah.
to you doing that. It's like their
Definitely.
algorithm is very, very quick to like get trained, basically.
Definitely. No, I've done it multiple times where I felt like because obviously we all have different interests, and as we get older, or we all sort of get into different things. So, but then, yeah, you just got to retrain it. You retrain it to find what you want. It doesn't take long at all.
Okay, Adam. So do you know how to stop sharing your screen? We're
Yeah.
gonna come out of this screen share and we'll just go into a few more questions I got for you. So yeah, next question is, and this might sound obvious, but do you think going viral is luck, or do you think it's like a repeatable system you can learn?
I actually kind of think it's a bit of both, in all honesty, only because of my own opinion. So, like we were speaking about before, I know the core foundations of going viral. like funny, relatable, emotional, educational, anything like that that people can relate to is going to go viral. But and there's certain things you can put in place, but there's been times where I've put these so what I thought into the videos and they flopped. Um, it can be luck sometimes. I say it's luck, but when you really think about it, it's like, for example, that video that I just shown you a few moments ago of me on about the McDonald's. That was literally, I just got my video out and posted it. I didn't really think too much about the hashtags. In all honesty, I kind of knew it'd do well, but I was a bit lazy with it. So maybe I got lucky how it went viral. I posted it. I didn't post it at a certain like time. I just posted it. So sometimes I think like you can be lucky and unlucky if you don't think about it. But I always think like when it comes to content creation, having a strategic plan and knowing what triggers the algorithm by looking what's going viral on the FYP is I think strategic over luck is it wins every time.
Yeah, how I would explain it is, it's a science that can be learned,
Mm,
and there's also an element of luck.
mm.
However, you create your own luck by understanding and implementing the
Yes.
psychology and science behind it. And what I mean by that is you can model 100 viral videos, but it's the old 80-20 rule. No matter how much science you know,
Mm,
80 of those videos won't do that well, and
absolutely.
about 20 of them will do good to viral.
Yeah.
So you have no control over really which one of those goes viral. You can only implement the science to the best of your ability,
Yeah.
but you make the luck work for you by modeling what works and consistently posting. Because I guarantee if you go model 100 viral videos, something's going to pop off for you. But
Yeah.
most people never even get to the point where they model 100 viral videos.
Yeah, and I get it comes down that explains exactly what I was trying to say so much better. But I think like people what people chase virality too much as well, like in terms of they why people don't end up going viral is because they want to go viral so bad that they're so scared of failing and they think they don't want to put the effort into making the videos. But you could the only person I know in this space online who can go viral at any point are people like Mr. Beast. Like, unless you're like Mr. Beast, yeah, some of your videos are gonna flop. Some of your videos are gonna flop, and I had to get over that myself. You have to kind of like let go of your ego a little bit and just be like, look, if it flops, I'll move on. I've got 20 more videos that I can post there. Or what I do, Ben, in terms of the luck thing, is subconsciously. I forget what I know sometimes because I do things subconsciously now. So when someone says to me, right, explain why this has gone viral, and it's hard for me to explain sometimes because I've done it that long where it's like I just do what I do. There's a certain process that I follow, but what I'm trying to say is people will just be like they'll try and do a few videos, and even if they emulated other people, let's say the next 10 videos flop and they just stop posting, and that next video could have been the one that changes your life because there's that saying, isn't there, that can only take one video to change your life, and we've seen it happen, me and yourself, where people's lives have literally been changed by one video.
Yeah, it happened to, not with videos, but this was on Facebook with a Facebook post. It happened to one of my students last month, and just
Mm,
before it happened, he was not complaining, but he was kind of like, "What am I doing wrong?" And then he posted one post that took off, and that month it was his first month monetized on Facebook that month, and
mm,
he just got paid actually today. That
nice.
month made over $900, but that one post made over 400 of that $900.
Just goes
So
that's literally what people need to think about. Like you could when you're monetized, you could literally post 100 videos and you might have only got a couple of $100, and then one video can take that well over to 1,000. It's like that to me. It's like I don't think about all the hard work I need to put in. For me, it's like if you just get one mega viral video a month, if you posted over 100 videos. One of them videos is gonna do bits. You know, one of them
Yeah,
videos is gonna. You'd think, and we know from posting ourselves, is one video for me, one every 20 will go over the 100K,
yeah.
200K. So
And the
yeah,
thing
it's
is,
insane.
100 videos might sound like a lot, but if you're not speaking in a lot of them and they're only 7 to 10 seconds, how hard is that in reality? It's not difficult,
It
it
takes
really
minutes.
isn't difficult. So my next question I wanted to ask you is, what's the difference between going viral on TikTok and Instagram, or is it just all the same? Is it all the same thing to you?
I it's all see it's different for me because I've never been really much of an Instagram guy. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been purely TikTok because that's where I had my best results from. So I kind of shot myself in the foot because there's been a few years where I didn't really try and take over YouTube or Instagram. I have lately with my Instagram, which is good. But the difference for me is go getting. So let's say I get a 500K views on Instagram. I think that's like compared to TikTok. Like that's really good. Like I find it harder to go viral on Instagram than I do on TikTok. I get more consistent reviews. I get more consistently good views on TikTok than I do on Instagram. But Instagram can go mental if you do get a really good viral video.
Yeah, because didn't you on Instagram recently get like millions of views in a week? Like you had a really good week on there, didn't you?
Well, I just started. I was speaking to you about it actually. You were mentioning about Instagram, and I think you messaged me a few months ago saying, "What are you doing? Like, why are you not posting these videos on Instagram?" And I was like, "Why aren't I posting these videos on Instagram?" So, but yeah, so I just started posting on Instagram. Same sort of thing, seeing what was working, text on screen, 7 to 15 second videos, tune on the background. Yeah, and then I think it was well over 4 million views last month, and I think it was like 3,000 followers, something like that, just over. So yeah, so it's been a for someone who's not really used Instagram that much. And I didn't have a crazy I had a decent good page. I think it was like 10K, which in the Instagram world is not it's not mega. But yeah, to gain and that page was dead, by the way. I wasn't posting on
Yeah.
it, which is a
So
good
so
sign.
for the sake of math,
Mm,
just to make it easier, let's say you
yeah.
had 9K followers on the page, you hadn't been posting on there a lot. You
Mm,
said you find it a little bit harder to go viral on
mm,
Instagram. I personally think that's more of a mental thing. I
yeah.
think even though the algorithms are slightly different, once you understand virality, it's the same on YouTube Shorts,
Well,
Instagram,
yeah,
TikTok. But you basically in 1 month got 4 million views, got
yeah,
3K more followers. So you basically grew your follower count by 33% in a month just by
yeah.
posting content you had already created just for TikTok.
Well, do you know what it is? You hit the nail on the head. It is a mindset thing, and even though they are different, the algorithms are very. If something's funny, it's funny. If something's educational, it's educational. So these algorithms all do work similar. But you touched it on the nail. You hit the nail on the head there. It's mindset because what happened was because my followers, I was only at like 9 or 10K, and it's dead. When I was posting like the odd video on there, I was getting hardly anything. And me being a human and being egotistical, I wanted that reward straight away. Because I post something on TikTok, I'm getting likes, I'm getting comments, my ego is getting fed and Instagram was sometimes a bit slow. But what I've noticed with Instagram is you get rewarded for your effort on Instagram. I've noticed that so much.
And to agree with you. What I've noticed with Instagram, TikTok, I believe with those two platforms, more is more. Like
Yeah.
I post, if I post 5 to 10 times a day on both those platforms, I don't get penalized. If anything, they push my content more. Now, if I take that and do that on YouTube Shorts, one or two of those reels will do okay, and the rest is like gets ghosted. With
Mm.
YouTube, I've noticed like one or two reels a day seems to be the best thing, but with TikTok and Instagram, it's like the more you feed them, the better you do. That's what I've found
I
recently.
I would absolutely agree with that. YouTube is I have the same similar situation with you on YouTube. I find like 1 to 2 a day is a sweet spot. I think like YouTube, it's completely different. They start thinking you're spamming them or something. But Instagram and TikTok, the more you post, like when I'm consistently like hitting like 3 million views, 4 million views, I'm not even gonna lie, and I don't want to scare people if this is what they want to do, but I'm posting like 4 to 7 times a day, like and it sounds a lot, but like you've seen the videos that I've just used an example. Then like they take me 30 seconds to make, a minute to make, like just and most of them have typos in them.
It's almost like no, it's like the less you try, the better
I
it's
know
gonna
it's bad.
be.
That's how I feel though. The less I've tried, the more results I get. But when you say the least I try, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had some videos where I've tried to make the editing better, and they have blown up. But yeah, like for the sake of time and effort, just get your videos out. Get your videos out.
Yeah.
I've had dead spots in my TikTok before. Like I'm going through a bit of a dead spot now. Like this past week, I've been getting like because I've completely neglected TikTok and been focused on Instagram. My views have gone to pot again. But I know, like I've done this for years now. Like if I go on a crazy run and just start posting 6, 7 times again, it won't take long to blow up.
Here's the thing, though. Again, this is where sometimes our minds are just weird as humans. There should never be a time where we neglect any of these platforms because if
Mm,
we're creating short form videos for one,
mm.
those can be cross posted to all. So if I'm making 3 videos per day and I'm posting these on Instagram, well, I've just made my content for TikTok
Yeah.
for and I'm mentioning the places I feel are important
Mm,
for TikTok, for Instagram, for Facebook Reels, and for YouTube Shorts. I
yeah.
can post those same things on all of those platforms in
Best thing
one
to
day.
do. Best thing to do.
And yeah, and I think cross posting is super important because I have times where I post something on Facebook, it flops.
Yeah.
Same video on TikTok gets 30K views, YouTube Shorts gets 7,000 views, Instagram gets 10,000 views, and you're giving yourself 4 chances to go viral with that
Oh
one
yeah.
piece.
You're
And those
getting more
views,
lottery tickets. Yeah, 100%. You're getting more lottery tickets, and especially if you're monetized on the pro on each platform, it's better because I I've had so many instances where I've shown you before now where I've posted a video and be like, "Hey Ben, like look at this. It's got 5K on TikTok, which is all right, but I've posted it on Instagram and it's over 1 million." Because it's
yeah,
different. Even though the algorithm's the same, I always find like Instagram audience is slightly different to TikTok in who's using it. But at the end of the day, if something's gonna go viral, it's gonna go viral. You know, if but like you say, they can flop. I've posted videos on YouTube Shorts before now where it's got like 1K views. But TikTok it's got 30,000, but Instagram it's got 100K, and then the other way around.
yeah,
I think the best way you hit the nail on the head, especially if you're monetizing any of the platforms, get them out on every single one. And there's things that you can do on Instagram where you can say on your post that if you post it on Instagram, it posts to your Facebook profile, and that's literally what I do now. And it actually you get more views for it because you're posting it on Facebook and Instagram. It's obviously the same company. But what I've noticed is, and I might be completely wrong here, but this is just what I've noticed from like the last month of doing it, is when I cross post to Facebook, I get more views, which then gets more comments and engagement, which then gives it an extra boost anyway. In terms of
yeah.
it gives you another lottery ticket to go viral. But I was speaking to you the other week in regards to Facebook because I wasn't posting on Facebook for donkeys years, and I recently started posting. And I wasn't posting on Facebook, but I was using my Instagram posts and cross post them. I got monetized in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which some
Just because
people
you just because you
cross
started
posted it.
posting consistently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And I think that's where people go wrong sometimes is like I've seen people on Facebook be like, I've been posting for like 10 months now, and I go to the page and I'm like, you're posting once every 2 weeks. Or
Not gonna cut it.
no.
It's not you've got to post daily. That's the
Even if it's a
reality.
story, like, but
Yeah,
story, a Facebook post, you get monetized. It's not just, you get monetized for your engagement and your reach and, and things
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
And
and
if you're watching this and you're telling yourself you can't post daily, if you're telling me you can't post a silent reel with some text on screen that's 7 to 10 seconds at least once a day,
mm,
you're lying to yourself. Everybody can do that. Everybody.
mm,
I don't care if you like work 24 hours a day,
hmm
you still can do that. It's like, and that is the bare minimum with these platforms. And if you don't want to do that, you don't really want to get paid as a content creator. That's just a
100%.
reality. Now, I was
Yeah.
going to ask you something, and I think you kind of touched on it, so
Mm.
we'll come back to it. But what are some mistakes you see people making on these platforms that stops them from going viral? And one thing you've touched on is, oh, I've been posting consistently. When was your last video? Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest mistakes. And I'm only saying this is because I've done it myself. I've done it
Me
multiple
too.
times,
Me
and
too.
everyone does it. Life gets in the way. I was in hospital and all that with the tumor that I had and things like that. So that when I come out of hospital, my account was dead. And then, but it doesn't take you long. One thing I will say is the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to be, because places like Instagram and TikTok, every day there's new users coming on, and every day there's somebody else you're competing with.
You want, sorry to interrupt you, Adam, but I
Mm.
notice this on TikTok a lot. I'll notice, they have that thing where this person viewed your profile.
Yeah,
I'll notice every day I see the same names. They're checking my profile to see did he post any more
they're in
content. And
competition with you.
yeah, you've got to you've got to stay in front of people like constantly. Otherwise, they just forget who you are and they move to the next
Well,
creator.
this is the thing. So when you it's that saying you're out of sight, out of mind, isn't it? People,
Yeah.
you can grow a community on TikTok, and if you don't post for a month, they're already in somebody else's lives, they're already in somebody else's comments and community altogether, and you can be forgotten about. And the thing is with TikTok is your videos only get shown to 5% of your followers, so it's an outreach app. So you've got to keep on engaging because TikTok's got two different pages. It's got two different tabs, one for your friends and one for your FYP. So you got a friends FYP and the general FYP. So I know for a fact I don't check my friends FYP. I only see my friends' videos if they come up on my normal FYP. So you can so easily be forgotten about on the app. But once you've got the basics and you know what's gone viral and you've had viral videos, once you understand the basics, you can take off any time again. But it is so important. Like I know for myself that I should have been way more followers than I am right now. 100%.
Yeah, it's just you've been kind of like me on and off, inconsistent, then not consistent, and I think both right now we're both being pretty consistent with our accounts.
Yeah.
But I was going to say to you, because I know some people watching this will be like, oh, well, I'm not monetized in terms of the creative programs that these platforms offer.
Yeah.
But when you made your $10,000 in a week, you didn't make it from those creative programs. It wasn't because
No.
Facebook or Instagram paid you. So
Mm.
what did you do to make 10 grand in a week? And break this down in the simplest way you can.
Do you want a really simple way? It's
Yeah.
views, link, product. Literally. It's like people this is where I went wrong as well is like what people don't realize is when you when you're making money online and when you think like I want to be a content creator and this really applies to YouTubers as well is they think the money's in the views which it can be and it can be a hell of a lot of money for some people but like the biggest money that people can make is with affiliate marketing in my opinion either brand deals or affiliate marketing if you've got a following
So what was your product about?
it was about growing on TikTok. It was about growing on TikTok and showing people step by step on how to grow their TikTok in the right way and how to put themselves in the best position where they can consistently go viral as best as they can. And
So
that's,
basically, you had a TikTok account that you were growing by
yeah.
modeling viral content. You grew
Hmm.
that audience. That audience liked your content. They could obviously see that you knew what you were talking about and how to go viral.
Yeah.
And then you turned around and you made a product about this is how you grow an account and go viral. And you said to that audience, if you want to learn this, you've seen that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Here's my course. And you just basically put a link in your bio, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much what you did.
Literally. And if you see like any top creators now, especially the smart ones, because like I said, I was doing this as a hobby until I realized you could actually make money from it, is you'll notice they've all got a link in their bio to a product, to a course, to a service. And I think like that's where the money is.
Yeah, and the most money you're ever going to make is through your own course. And if you are not at a point where you can make your own course,
Mm.
find a course related to the niche you're in that in an ideal world you've actually used and got results so you
Yeah.
can vouch for that course. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly that.
like again, it's pretty simple stuff, right? It's like
Well, this is
learn,
it.
do,
Yeah.
and then teach what you've been learning and been doing.
It's just like yourself, isn't it? Like at first, before you started making your own products, you'd promote other people's products that you could vouch for, like you say. So even if it's not your own product, something that you believe in, something that you know is a valuable, if you've got a product or you know a product that can be really valuable to people and you use yourself, if you've got a solid community and you're growing your followers, they'll benefit from that as well.
Yeah. So at what point did your brain go from I can go viral to I can make money from this virality?
It was, it was actually a conversation I had with you ages ago. I remember speaking to yourself actually, and you said to me, "Adam, are you dumb?" I was like, "What?" And you were like, "Dude, you're blowing up, and you're just making you're making your money on views. You're not seeing the bigger picture." And it wasn't until you said when I actually thought, "My God." He's right, and yeah, it was something you told me ages ago, and you were basically hit the nail on the head with me and said, "Adam, you're blowing up. Like you can just make you know what you're doing. Let's turn it into a product." So yeah, so we turned it into a product, and the rest was history. But yeah, like if if I could start my TikTok again as well, I would have done this a lot earlier as well. But we don't know until we do. Hindsight's it's a cool
Yeah.
thing, you know. But yeah, there's loads of mistakes where I would have done things different, but that's how you learn. Um, yeah, I definitely would have started monetizing my page that in the affiliate sense a long time ago.
And you're due a new product now, I would
I
say
am.
something new. But I
I've got
remember
something in the
saying to you,
works.
I was like, dude, you get way more views than me, but you
Mm.
don't monetize them. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like wishing I could get that many views, but
yeah,
I know how to monetize this. And I think I said to you, we're gonna make a product.
yeah.
You can talk at the time. It was like you teach a TikTok because you know more about TikTok than
Mm.
me. And I was like, I don't know how much money we're gonna make, but I know it's gonna be a decent amount of money. And
Yeah,
that I think the week we launch a product, I think you walked away with over $10,000,
yeah, it was
something like
insane. Yeah, it was around that mark, but it's funny how you say that as well because and this is one of the big me and you spoken about this before and it's so true. People think you need loads of followers to generate an income on it. We
you
know,
just you just reminded me of something, but say what you said again, and I'll
mm,
let you finish it because this is important.
yeah, people think that the bigger the account you have, the more money you're gonna make. And it's not necessarily true because you can have a list with 10,000 people or less. If you've got a solid product and you've got a solid community, even if it's a very small community that trust you, you can make a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, if do you remember on one of my, I can't remember which TikTok account this was because I abandoned it. But do you remember I had a few thousand followers and someone had commented on my video, there's no way you've made
Yeah,
$18,000 a day. You only have a couple of thousand followers.
yeah, I remember
Do you
that.
remember that
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah. I think I commented back.
Yeah, I think you did respond, and it's like, hey, it doesn't matter to me or not if you believe I've made that kind of money. It
Mm.
doesn't change my life. But yeah, you don't need millions of followers to make mega money. Now,
No.
I've never on any social platform even had um 10,000 followers.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
the reason for that is because you people watching this might be thinking, well, you're here talking about virality. How was that? The reason for that is over the years, my bigger focus was on email marketing and growing an email list. And I've been very, very sporadic with
Yeah.
social like YouTube and all of it. I've only like in the last, I would say maybe 6, 7, 8, 12 months started
Mm.
going, I need to be consistent with social too.
Yeah.
But you don't need tons of followers to make it. You just it's more about the
Credibility.
process to take people through is more important than followers. Now, if you can have
Yeah.
1 million followers and you understand the correct process to take them through to turn those followers into customers,
Hmm.
then amazing, which is kind of
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do now because I'm like, okay, I understand the process of turning these views and these people into money. I just need
Yeah.
to grow the audience, so I've got to focus on putting out content.
Yeah, 100%. I think it like with numbers, like a followers count, it does build credibility, of course it does, but at the same time, you could have 1 million followers, and if your sales process is absolutely garbage and you've not spent the time to learn how it works and to build trust and take customers through the exact same process, you could make someone like yourself, Ben, could just go and shoot an email off and make more money than that person ever will. So there's multiple things at play there. Like of course we all want loads of followers, but followers doesn't even. I mean, I remember saying to you, Ben, apart from the TikTok views that I was making, that I was getting, sorry, I wasn't making much money at the time
Yeah.
because I didn't have a product.
I said to you, well, let's change that. Let's
Yeah, yeah.
create a course about what you know, and then let's sell that course to people who are interested,
Hmm.
which, people value that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting paid for the information you know, just like people will pay to go to college, people will pay to learn what you know. You just didn't have a process on the
Well, I didn't
back
know.
of that. So then, if you don't have a process of turning viewers into customers, you're
Mm,
really just doing it for vanity and ego. Because hey, you're getting
literally.
all these views, but likes and shares, unless you know what you're doing on the back end, don't pay bills. So if I
What's
was
the
only
point?
on social media just to get views, I could think of a million things I'd rather be doing than posting videos.
Mm,
I didn't know it makes money. I could go fishing or watch YouTube all
yeah,
day, you
of
know.
course. And that was a big
And
thing to
just to
me.
clarify, it's not about making the money, and I'm not going to
Mm,
pretend money isn't important because it is. We all have bills to pay, but it's because I know when I create a course and people pay me for that knowledge, if
mm.
they actually implement the knowledge, it can be life changing for them,
Well,
you know.
I know that firsthand. Like the amount of stuff you've taught me in terms of because obviously I knew the views again, how to generate views and then turn them into now I know the process of what I need to do in terms of email list. I can make a basic funnel and take them through a certain process, a certain way, So once you've got that figured out, this, the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
So if you've got that figured out, even to a basic level of how it works, there's no limit. Because the thing is about TikTok, what's beautiful about it is being an outreach app. And what I mean by being an outreach app is your videos get shown to new people all the time. Say you've got a link in your profile that takes them to your email list and your product and your funnel. You know, you're building your email list every day. And when people are in your email, I know we're sort of going a bit off topic here, but when people are in your email list, that's your chance to really build a community and really build trust with your email subscribers. That's it. I was saying to this to you ages ago, Ben, like the whole sort of getting views and making money online, when you explain it, it's actually very simple, but also
Yeah.
very hard at the same time if you've never done it
It,
before.
it, I always say it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
Simple as in compare what we do to working down a coal mine 12 hours a day. It's simple.
mm,
But where it's not easiest, people's people's mind gets in their own way.
hmm,
They make up these bullshit excuses as to why they can't post two or three 7 to 10 second reels that day on
yeah,
3 or 4 different platforms. It's like 80 to 90% a mentality thing and
yeah.
10% turning up and implementing a game plan.
Literally. I like I said before, I've done it so many times where, I've neglected accounts just because sometimes it's like you don't want it enough. It's like when I think back about times where I've stopped posting, it's because, well, if I really wanted to do it, I would do it. There's no other way of saying it. So I go through these phases where if I could change one thing about myself in regards to my social media is I need to be more consistent, but you have to want it enough. Like
Yeah.
if you're sitting to yourself saying, I want to be a content creator because I don't want to work my job until I'm 70, then do it. No one's stopping you.
Yeah. Without getting too political, and we're going to wrap this up, we've got a few
Mm,
more questions. I know this has been a long one, and I know it's getting kind of late for you, but I hope everyone watching this is enjoying this and getting value. And again, without getting political, because left, right, somewhere in the middle doesn't
mm,
matter to me. I'm only saying this because I just this resonated with me.
mm.
And some people are going to tune out immediately when they hear the name and whatever. You need to sometimes learn to see beyond your love
Yeah,
or hate for a person and see the lesson in it. There are people on planet Earth that I can't stand. I would never have dinner with. I'd never want to socialize with, but they do some things in life and business where I can respect
yeah,
and learn from it. And we say as, I'm in the US, but we say as people in the UK, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It means I can see beyond my personal feelings and I can go, I can learn from what they did there. So I heard Donald Trump say recently that he was talking to his wife, Melania, I think her name's Melania,
yeah,
before he was president, and he kept saying, um, I could beat all these politicians in debates easily. I could become president. These guys could never beat me in a debate. And she basically said to him, either do it or stop talking about it.
yeah,
I believe you can do it, but I don't want to hear you talk about it anymore. Either do it or just don't talk about it anymore.
yeah, mm.
And that's what it comes down to with content and wanting to make money online. Either do it or stop talking about it. I don't care which one of those two things you do, but just do one of them.
Mm, yeah. I agree.
That's what it comes down to, right? Just, if you take all the rest of the nonsense out of the way, either get in shape or stop talking about it.
So,
What do you want
yeah.
to do? Either create a job quitting income or keep
But it
working
all
with.
feeds off each other. I think it all feeds off each other, Ben. Like, for example, if you're not in good shape and if you can't be bothered to look after yourself, it affects everything else. Like, so if I'm
But
not in
definitely
shape,
all
yeah,
connected
like at the minute
as
I'm
I'm
in shape.
finding out recently.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm in good shape at the minute, so I've got more energy to then post content. Like, there's been times where I've been really overweight, and I'm like, I can't be bothered.
You've also got more content to post about because your gym stuff is content.
Exactly that. Or you might see something in the gym where you're like, oh, I've never thought about that before. That's a great idea for a video. I
Yeah.
do it all the time. Like, and this is maybe where I've gone wrong a bit. I very rarely plan my videos. I know I'm going to plan about a certain subject or I know something's relevant at the minute, but I won't know in my video until something pops up in my head. I'm like, I might see something happen down the street and I'll be like, that's funny, or I see a newspaper headline and be like, right, that's my next video. My mind is constantly scanning for the next thing, whether it's on the For You page on my phone or whether it's something my partner says to me or my kids say to me. So it's
Yeah.
just, yeah, you've got to train yourself to be like, put your content first.
Yeah.
Everything's content.
Yeah. Okay, Adam, we got four more questions and I'm gonna
Hmm.
whiz through them real quick, rapid fire.
Yeah.
If someone started today with zero followers, what would you tell them to do first?
I would tell them to just figure out what kind of content creator they want to be. So have a real think about what do you want to do with your page. Whether that's making money, getting views. Really think about the type of content creator you want to be, and that's where I'd start from. And then I would go and look at other people in that particular niche and look at their top videos, top 10 to 20 videos. I'd put each creator on a notepad or a spreadsheet so I could keep them as a reference and I'd keep going back to them and seeing what they're doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, I agree. I would do something very similar. I would decide my niche. I would go research the top 10 accounts in my niche, and I'd be looking for on their accounts 10 videos from each account that has maybe done 500K plus views.
Hmm.
So that would give me 100 videos with 500K plus views. And I would model every single one of those 100 videos, knowing the chances are within those 100 videos, something's going to pop off for me. That's what I would do. And
Absolutely.
I would start posting 2 to 4 of those videos every day.
Yeah, and you've got loads of content there to go off. Yeah, if I was to start again tomorrow, that's exactly what I'd do.
Yeah. And when something pops off, I would double down on it. So I would make more variations of that same
Absolutely.
video, basically.
Absolutely, literally. I think when you first come to TikTok, Ben, we did something similar with one of your videos, didn't we? Where I said to you that exact same, the exact because you were quite new to TikTok. You didn't really have a clue what it was, did you? You weren't really
I
bothered. You thought the kids app or
I
something.
ignored it for years because I
Mm,
associated it with an app where either kids were messing
yeah,
around or girls were twerking for views, and
yeah.
I just thought it was a joke app. That's
I
what I
did.
thought.
I did too. But yeah, we said I said to you the exact same thing. What we said then is what niche do you want to go into? Right, let's go and look at some videos. Here's a video, and I think you posted it, didn't? I'm sure it got over 20K and like I'm sure it was well over 20, 30K or something. Was it 50K?
Over 50K.
Yeah, and was that like your one of your very first videos on TikTok?
It was within my first 10 videos where you said to me, just go model people
Yeah.
within your niche. And I found a video, a guy had done about 4 million views.
Mm,
And I modeled it and I got 50K, which isn't crazy viral. For my account at that
for
time,
a new account, yeah.
that may as well have been 10 million views. It got me close to, which is crazy for only a 50K video. It
Yeah.
got me like almost 1,000 followers or
Yeah, it's
something.
really good by the way. That's like 1,000 from 50K
Crazy,
is
yeah.
mental. But yeah, that's exactly what I do. And you can't go. People try and reinvent the wheel all the time. I've done it myself. I try and reinvent the wheel sometimes. I still do to this day. But the worst thing you can do is if you're trying to build an account on TikTok and build your following, copy what I don't say copy, emulate what other people are doing. When we say emulate, we don't mean go and take someone else's video and rip it off word for word because that's just silly and it's not authentic. But emulate their style of video. How's the lighting? how many seconds per different between different clips are they using? You know, you can model the video and even use the same idea but make it slightly different.
Song are they using? What
Yeah.
hashtags? What did they say in the first couple of seconds if
What
they're
was the hook?
speaking?
Yeah.
Now maybe I can take that hook and I can change three words that make it relevant to my niche or to me, and that's you're making small tweaks, um, which is still the flavor of what worked for them, but it's making it more unique to you, basically.
Absolutely. And you can even use the same like hook, just change the words. Like, did they shout in the first 3 seconds? How far away from the screen did they shout did they shout the hook? Was it just text on screen and they did nothing? You just look at a video and make it as close to you can as the original without whilst being a completely different video. But you can't go wrong doing that. And I think like, don't get me wrong, over the last few years, I've made loads of original content that's blew up loads where I see people using my sound for that video, or I see people using. I go onto the For You page and I know if, like a certain creators like copied my video, and people can
Yeah.
get really offended by that. But that's when you know you're doing good. If people start copying, and I've got over that. I used to get a little bit of annoyed, like why didn't they credit me for the video? But at the end of the day, we all copy each other.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? People
No,
are gonna do it, and you're gonna waste a lot of time and energy if you allow that to upset you. It's just, I always say they can copy your content, but they can't replicate you and your personality, who you are, because you're an individual. But so, okay, next question is, if somebody wants to be a serious content creator, how many times a day should they be posting?
minimum of three, minimum. I would go as far as say like that's the minimum. You need and like if you really can't like you need to be like you're just don't let your account die. Post at least once a day, but if you really want to take it seriously, anywhere from 3 to 7 videos a day. That's my opinion. 3 to 7. Anywhere between that's perfect.
Two questions. Why do most people fail at this, even when they can see other people succeeding?
Because they don't want it enough. They think they want it and they don't. Or we live in a world now where everything's put to us on a plate. So it's like it's so easy to go viral once you know the basics. Like I think it can all come down to mindset, and I'm speaking to myself here. It can be laziness, not wanting it enough. You might life sometimes can get in the way, but if you really want something, if you're in your head thinking, I really want this, go and do it. No
That's
excuses.
simple. That's
Yeah.
simple. All right, and our last question is, what is our last question? Our last question is this. What is the easiest type of content, in your opinion, to go viral with right now? Like, if you could tell people a specific style of video, length
Yeah.
of video, what would it be?
7 to 15 seconds, no speaking, simple text on screen. Make the text slightly long enough to read where it loops the video. So, say if the video is 7 seconds, it might take, say if the video is 5 seconds, it might take them 6 or 7 seconds to read it. So the video loops,
So
make it
they have to
funny.
watch it again,
Yeah, that's a big key.
because
Big key.
because more watch time means the platforms are going to push it out more.
Yeah, exactly that. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't have to be too crazy. Text on screen, try and make it loop if you can in terms of the text on the screen, and then yeah, make it relatable, humor, or emotional.
Something that everybody from wherever they are in the world can go, yeah, that's happened to me.
That's happened to me, or that is me, or that's my partner, or that's my kids, or oh my, that's me at my job, and that also generates comments, and then also the best ones, in my opinion, that do really really well is relationship memes, posting about my husband or my partner or my wife.
Funny you said that, because my best performing video recently was marriage humor, and it was me and
Yeah.
Angie in the car, and it's like a 6 second video. And I just reposted this again yesterday because
Mm,
here's another thing. I know what you guys watching, I know this is a long one, but this is like
could go on forever.
everybody should video. There's so much value in this interview. But I just reposted that same video again yesterday. I posted the original a month ago. Yesterday I downloaded it and I resaved it in CapCut so the file name was fresh. And I reposted it again last night and it's already on a couple of thousand views, 100 likes, 7 comments. The exact same videos are probably going to go viral all over again.
Yeah, if you think that that's a good, such a good thing to say, the amount of times I've said to you the same thing, Ben, I've reposted this video like 3 weeks later or 4 days later, and it's like now it's gone viral. If you really believe in your heart that your video should have done better, download it or put it into CapCut, make it fresh again. Same video, maybe tweak the hashtags, maybe change the hook on the screen slightly. Chances are, if you think it's going to be a really good video and it should have done better, it will do if you post it again. For sure. I do that all the time. It's one of my biggest things that I do.
Chances are, if it went viral the first time, it will go viral the second time
That's
too.
happened to me so many times. And I've
Yeah.
noticed like it never like if it's been mega viral, it's only been a few instances where the repost has gone more viral than the thingy. But like for example, there's a few that I've gained like 4 million views on. I've reposted it like 6 months later. It's got still got like 200k views or 300k views, and it's
Still a
bunched.
lot of views.
And
Still,
I was telling you ages ago that just before we wrap up is one of my video one of my videos, the one that was on about a second ago that had 4.7 million views, that got me nearly 30,000 followers. One video got me 30,000 followers.
I'm gonna guess that was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes. And it's a multiple
I
different
know the
layer thing
video.
there going on there. He was relevant. Jeffrey Dahmer was relevant at the time. The video was funny itself. I made a song up there was like multiple different things going on, and
Yeah.
it was the most silly video ever.
It was very simple, but it was very clever. It was tapping into trends, which is a whole other episode. But
Yeah.
yeah, Adam, I think we're gonna leave it on that note because we
Mm,
covered a lot of ground. This has been a long one. I know it's getting late for you. Um, but before we do wrap this up, where's the best social for people to come and find you? And I'll also put a link in the description box below.
yeah, for sure. So it's my handle on on every Instagram and TikTok is inked boxer underscore. You'll be able to see that on the below description. So yeah, if you drop us a follow on there, you'll be able to see what I'm doing as well on a daily basis, what kind of videos I'm posting, and you can emulate that as well.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time and for everybody watching, thank you for watching. I hope you got some massive value. The only thing I ask if you did get value from this is subscribe to my YouTube, come and follow me and Adam on our socials. Leave a comment below with some feedback. What did you get out of this? And any questions you got at all. Also, if you want to know how, because this is one of the main things I'm doing, if you want to know how you can grow a theme page on Facebook and get that page monetized by Facebook. But even if you don't get it monetized by Facebook, at least 5 or 6 other ways you can get paid from those followers on Facebook. Check out my course. It's called My Socials Pay. You can find that at the first link in the description box below. Besides that, once again, thank you for watching this episode. And until next time, stay on the viral edge.